This video is sponsored by ArtPlacer, the marketing tool for artists and galleries. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about why we should paint the things that we hate to paint or draw the things that we hate to draw. As an example, I will be painting a car in gouache today, and I really don't enjoy drawing or painting cars. Machinery, buildings, anything like that. I tend to avoid them like the plague. So that's what we're going to be doing today. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'll be painting in this Hanamule toned tan watercolor sketchbook from Above Ground Art Supplies in Toronto. This was my first time using this paper, and I'll also be using my custom brush set. I'll have all of the materials linked down below. Okay, so spoiler alert, I loved painting this guy. It was a bit of a struggle, but it was also such a joy and such a surprising joy. Since doing this painting, I've actually been sketching cars in my sketchbook. It's become a subject I enjoy sketching, and I'm looking forward to painting more cool cars. So let's talk about how this came to be and why you should give it a try too. You've probably noticed that I tend to stick to organic things in my artwork, painting organic things like portraits, animals, plants, fungi, etc. That is definitely my safe space. With cars and buildings, you really need to have an understanding of linear perspective if you want the image you're creating to be convincing. And if you don't, things can look strange or dizzying, sort of uncanny. I do have an understanding of linear perspective. I've studied it, but I'm not a fan of bringing out the old ruler or straight edge. Math and measuring are definitely not my thing. I also just have very little interest in cars in general. I don't know what makes a car a good car. I don't know much. As long as it drives automatic, I'm good to go. I'm definitely not the kind of person that can look at a car and be like, oh yeah, that's the Ford Mustang Habanero or whatever. So all that being said, I wasn't looking forward to this painting. I thought the key to start might be to look for photos of cars that I like the look of, that give me any sort of spark of inspiration. And I started to notice that I really like the look of older, boxier looking cars, ones from the 60s and 70s. I looked at a lot of old Japanese models, but I ended up finding this photo of I'm gonna butcher this, a DAF Kalmar Torven. It's a Swedish car from 1969 to 1971, that era. And this model was specifically developed for the Swedish post. So it has sliding doors to easily get in and out with parcels. And I just really loved the look of this car. I love the shape of it. I love the boxy look. It's almost reminiscent of the parcels it once carried. It's got big round headlights and side mirrors that sprout from the hood rather than up by the front window. Really cool. So I had my chosen reference material and I was a little more excited. I was still definitely nervous that the painting was going to be a big flop. But one thing that was important to me in this challenge was that I wanted to approach this painting in the same way I would approach any other painting. Whether it be an animal or a portrait or this car, I wanted to be in the same headspace and not think about them in a totally different way. I didn't want the fact that the subject was something different to change the manner in which I painted it. I knew that stylistically the same things were going to be important to me in this painting. Interesting shapes, a variety of edges, both soft and hard, decisive yet loose brushstrokes that are apparent, not too blended. And these are the things that I brought into this painting, and I think it really helped me along the way. So if you give this a try and, try to paint something that you don't typically paint, that you don't like to paint, Think about what the things are that you stylistically enjoy in your work or in others' work. What are the characteristics of your painting style that you like, that you want to make sure carry over into this new subject matter? It will definitely make it feel a lot less different and scary if you have the same mindset that you typically do with your other subjects. So I did struggle a bit with proportions and perspective. This painting's not perfect in that respect. It's a little bit wonky, and I did want to keep perspective and vanishing points in mind while working on this, but I didn't bring out a ruler to chart out every angle of every straight line in this piece. And a concern that I had with this was that it was going to appear cartoony, and the bright redness of the car didn't help me in that regard. My goal wasn't exactly to create a photorealistic painting of a car. That's never my goal. But I did want it to be a convincing image of a car. I wanted us to understand the materials, the surfaces, the atmosphere, but I still wanted it to look like a painting made up of suggestive brushstrokes. And I do want to say that cartoony doesn't equal illustrative. I definitely had many great illustrators in mind while painting this, including the incredible James Gurney. I love his car paintings. Also, cartoony definitely isn't a bad descriptor. It just simply wasn't my goal here. So, with all of these struggles, why should we even put ourselves through it? Why not just stick to painting what we know and love? Why paint the things that we hate to paint? Well, I think because you never truly know until you try. This painting taught me a lot. It showed me that painting cars is really not that different from painting portraits. In fact, while I was painting this, I was continually thinking of this painting as a sort of portrait. I was thinking about the personality of this little car and how I could paint it in a way that the personality would show through. I think you should try painting something you hate because you might learn something about yourself as an artist, and the experience of painting it will definitely teach you things that can be applied to other subjects. Every single time you paint a different scene, a different lighting scenario, a different object or surface, you're adding to this database in your head, even if you're unaware of it. You're filling a library that you can pull from in the future while painting other paintings. I can't stop saving images of old cars that I want to sketch or paint now. I'm looking forward to painting more of these car portraits, actually. I'm planning on painting more of them, which I definitely didn't expect going into this. I thought it would be a fun challenge, but I didn't think it would be, a new subject that I wanted to continue to explore, but it actually is. I think the next hated subject that I want to tackle is buildings. I think if I can similarly think of buildings as portraits, I may actually enjoy painting them as well. I've saved a few photos of old stone towers with turrets and rounded arches. I think that might be my gateway in to painting buildings. So let me know if you want to see a video on that in the future. I'd love to know what your hated subjects or the subjects that you avoid drawing or painting are. Let me know down below and, maybe try sketching them or painting them. See what happens. You might actually enjoy it, but you will definitely learn something. I want to take a moment to shout out the sponsor of today's video, ArtPlacer. I've talked about them before. They are the best all-in-one tool for artists and galleries to display artwork professionally online. I use ArtPlacer to create mock-ups of my paintings and prints for my online store, to give my customers an idea of the scale of a piece and what it could actually look like in a space. There are hundreds of room mock-ups to choose from. You can change the wall color and completely customize a frame for your artwork. You can sign up to ArtPlacer using the code EmilyHughes to get 15% off on the monthly plans for 3 months or 30% off for the yearly subscription for 1 year. Go to www.artplacer.com/signup or use the link in the description. Thank you, ArtPlacer, for supporting this channel, and thank you as well to my amazing channel members and patrons over on Patreon. Your support means the world to me. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I have tons of gouache painting videos on this channel. I'll put the gouache playlist on the screen if you'd like to watch more. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very, very soon in another video. Bye-bye.